Hey guys, quick video for the pivot script. Let me hide this, move this down so we can see what we're doing, and I'm going to turn off this and just leave pivot trader here. I'll leave that there for now. Anyway, this is a combination of 5 or 6 different indicators, which you can see. We've got, hang on a minute, we've got a scalping trend here. We've got the swing entries and exits, shorts up on top, longs on the bottom. We've got higher time frame indicators here, and of course we've got our bullseyes, and we've got our pivot buy sell signals. So first let's go to settings. This is the way this is set up on the window right now. These settings here move the indicators to the right, the way it looks in the script, to the right and to the left. The closer this number, the smaller the numbers, the closer together they get. If you want to turn them on or off, you can turn them on and off. Just like that. Now, candle close. If you check this, it doesn't print. This does not print the signal until that candle has closed. Anyway, trading entry pivots. This is a set of 3, and they're combined. Entry time is the bigger star. Trading time is the smaller star, and the higher time frame is the largest star. Let me see if I've got. Anyway, we'll get through this. You need to play with them. You want to turn them off? It turns them off. So any of these indicators you don't want to use, turn them off. And this will turn them back on. But it takes a few minutes. Although my internet is still really bad. So there you go. Pivot buy sell signals. That's our buy sell signals that you're all used to. That's here. Now, bullseye. Nobody understands bullseyes. You've got a major and a minor. Alright? The major is the $sign. The minor is the circle. And by moving these to larger and smaller time frames, you will move the pivot points. Let me go back to this. Let me go this. Make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you see they moved. 1, 5, 6, 7, 3, 2, 1. Now, I leave them combined. I don't break them apart because I haven't worked out a strategy where I would use both of them. So when you're setting up the alerts, go ahead and pick the ones you want. I would when I tested this, I tested it with the majors. That's what I did. If you don't want to see them, you can turn the minors off. like that. And all you've got is the majors, which are the dollar signs. Or you can do it in reverse. Either way, they're alertable. Take your pick. Swing settings is in here. Swing settings are this. Let me see if I can get this out of the way. Anywhere time you see an SW, that's a swing. There's a swing hidden under here. There's no alerts tied to those because the look backs, it's looking back 5 candles all the time. It's a heads up for manual scalping is what it's for. Like I said, this script is either way. It's for the bot or for manual trading. Sniper settings. Sniper settings are these bars with the arrows right here. These green and red bars with the big stars where it says scalp is the sniper settings. And you can turn, I think I have the bar channel on this already turned off. But again, everything is adjustable here. Let me go here. This is for the plot lines. I just turn the plot lines off. Let's go into style. These settings you can play with however you want. If I wanted to turn them off, see that? Turn them off. Turn them off. These I don't use. I mean, you can. I just use these two right here. Let me see if I can show you this. You see, we're in the background, this little green star behind the big one. That's your entry point low. There's the same up on top. You can see it here. There's this one. I have them combined. You can change the indicator character if you want, but again, the only one I worry about is this one. These high and low pivots, these two right here, I would turn these off. Trade with the majors first. Once you get used to trading with the majors, then do whatever you want. This is our buy pivot, our sell pivot. These are your bullseyes. You can turn them on, turn them off, and they're all alertable. These are your swings. I have the M swing turned off. I don't have it on because I don't use it. And then this is candle body. You can turn them off. it has an EMA indicator. I have that turned off. I don't need it. And I don't use those arrows. Those are just more buy sell arrows, and those just clutter up the screen. Unless that's what you're going to use. I mean, if that's the only strategy you're going to use, then turn them on, turn everything else off. But I would get used to the basics first, and the basics is what's there. These are the scalp indicators. You can make them brighter. You can tone them down. These are the stars at the top and the bottom. These are all the same. They're all the same. They all fire on the same condition. So you can turn these off and it'll fire on the just on the stars. But as a visual indicator, I would leave them turned on. That's that part. And these are plots, and we have the plots turned off, so I don't worry about it. Defaults, save as default, and close it. And that's that. Let's go to 12 minutes real quick. I don't know if it'll let me hit automatic or not. Bear with me here for a minute. And a couple of you guys looking for 12 minute scalper. The swings are one way to do it, and another way to do it is with the sex indicator or with the scalping indicator, one or the other. This would have got you in here, and it wouldn't have gotten you out until up here, unless you want to combine them. Depending on your strategy, just combine the alerts. But how did it do this afternoon? Oh, minutes. Let's go back. Let's go to 45 minutes. Let's see if we can squeeze this in here. We called it here, we called it here. Depending on where you wanted to get in. But me, I like the high entry signals, but there tends to be a few. And I don't have the settings set on this for this time frame, so it's going to be a little weird. If we got into the swing entry here, we would have got into the swing out. We would have got out of it in here, and we could have got into a pivot cell there, and it would have brought us down to the pivot by here. You're going to have to play with them. Any combination of signals will work. You just have to decide. Let me get Pillinger off of here too. It's cluttering things up. You have to decide which indicator you want to use, which indicator is performing the best for your strategy. And maybe you won't use any of them. Maybe you'll stay with the pivots, buys, and sells. I mean, that's okay. Personally, I like the bullseyes, but the bullseyes tend to line up with the scalps. So, I mean, it's 6 one, half dozen of the other. You know, it's all personal preference. So, but that's the start of the pivot script, and it kind of gives you a heads up about what it is. It's going to give you support and resistance lines, but these higher highs and lower lows are triggering the trend. You know, anytime there's a higher high, there's a pullback. normally. I use Bollinger Bands to give me an indicator of which way it's going. I don't pay much attention to support and resistance lines. I probably should. But I look at the center line of the Bollinger Band, and that tells me where I'm going and what I'm doing. And all these do is tell me which direction to take. I mean, this one lined up all three, right? So we got a swing scalp, and we got our pivot sell, and we got a double bullseye. This was a no-brainer. When they all line up, that's a no-brainer. We got a short indicator here, and that told us it was coming here. Now you would have had to wait an hour and a half to get there, but if you had entered here and wrote it out, you'd have been at the top. So that's that. Anyway, I hope this helps. If you got any questions, give me a shout on in the Discord group. And this has the potential to be a huge moneymaker if it's done right. And I want to say this, and I want to say this again. If you're using Accumulator Pro, turn off the pivots. Turn off the bullseyes. You don't need double indicators if you're running this script. Turn pivots, bullseyes, and there's another one in there too. There's a trend line thing too, and I got that turned off too. The only thing I'm using Accumulator Pro for would be the take profit and stop loss. That's the only thing. You can see it. That's the only thing I'm taking. That's the only thing I'm using it for. Just for the stop loss, take profits. That's all it's there for. Everything else is coming out of this script. And except the dojis. And I like the dojis too. That's just another indicator. It tells me which way it's going to go. Short term, not always long term. But I hope this helps. Anyway, guys, I'll talk to you all later. I hope this helps. And just hit me up in the Discord if you need anything. Talk to you later. Bye.